Hi, this is Miranda from My Scrappy Life and welcome back to my channel. This is a process video for the Crafty Maven Getaway and I am using a bunch of Close to My Heart products. Okay, so I have the three stamp sets of, or actually the ink pads. It's Pansy, Caroline, and Pixie. Yeah, Pixie. And then the photo that I am using is of the Crafty Maven Getaway's design team release now, or announcement. I normally do this, like this is normally technically like my first layout that I normally do for every design team, because I have a Traveler's Notebook theme book that I have just strictly the announcements to all of the design teams that I have been on since I've started YouTube. And for some reason I missed this, but I think I got to be busy because it was like Christmas and a bunch of other stuff that I'm like, you know what, we can wait, and now this does it. So I got out the collection from Close to My Heart that is called I Heart Us, and it is an amazing collection about love and family and hearts. And I feel like when you join a design team, it's like you're joining a family. So that's what I use this for. So what I decided to do is that I got out the Crafty Maven, or the Crafter's Workshop. Yeah, the Crafter's Workshop stencil. And decided to do 3 different colors, which I showed you. And I'll link everything down below, along with all of the Crafty Maven Getaway's YouTube channel, Facebook, blog, etc., etc., etc. And then obviously my products as well. So that is the Caroline, and what I decided to do is that I am going to use this full stencil all the way through this notebook. Now, the reason why I decided to do this theme, it's called the Art Party. But I am doing it more dry-based than I am wet-based media, mixed media for my background, because the particular Traveler's Notebook that I am using is very thin paper. So even though that I don't have it on mixed media paper, you can still do mixed media and not have an issue. So this is exactly what I am doing, is that I'm doing more of the dry based mixed media with the stamps and the inks than I am, you know, getting out my mists and my sprays and my everything else that you want to call it. And so I am getting out, that's the blue, and then I just used the Ranger tool. Now I went and bought a bunch of refills and bought like 4 or 5 of the little handles, and I like using these as well outside of the new, what do you want to say, the new brushes I got. I like using these too. These actually work really well with the inks as well as those other tools. So now I'm just placing them in different sections of this, and I'm just kind of placing whatever I feel looks good and where I want it. And I'm just finishing out. This is blue, and then I will put a little bit more in that other corner with with more of the pink. And the Pansy, you will see what I do next with that. That is going to be my last color. So if you are going to use ink pads like I am, make sure that you keep the lighter colors on the bottom for your first layer, and then allow the darker colors to go on top so that you can see them. And the reason why I kind of did it this way for the layering is because by the time you get done with the colors, you will see how I get it to match and make up different colors while you're doing it. So it looks really geometric style, grid style there. And so now I'm done with those colors. Now I come in with the purple, the Pansy, because all of these colors do match my collection called I Heart Us. And now I make the coffee rings, or, you know, the splatter rings, however you want to look at it. I'm placing all of those down in different little spots, and I just kind of, I do know that some of this gets covered up. I do promise you, I do understand that, but I just like to play. And really, if you didn't want to, you didn't have to put down a layout, you know, a picture or whatever like I did, that I covered this up. but I do like the bits and pieces that show through. So yeah, like I said, I know that some of it gets covered up, but really I go back in and I kind of make sure that I'm not missing anything, and you still see the lighter colors underneath. That's the whole reason why I do my light colors first and then layer on with the purples, because it's a drier base. Now here I go with a little bit of splatters, not too bad, but a little bit of splatters. And of course, you all know how I am. I need to clean up. And me did not pay attention to the color I splatter on here. I thought I got the black, and instead I got the brown. So, and it's okay. I mean, it's fine. I wanted black just because. But it's still okay. It still looks good. It still looks perfect. All of that kind of stuff in my, in my notebook. Now, by me adding a little bit of this wet media splatters, it did go through, but I will go ahead and put two papers together, and you won't even know, one, that I did put two papers together, and two, that I used wet mix media on this particular layout because it doesn't show through on the opposite sides, because I always tend to do double pages in this one for a reason. And so here I am now. I'm just placing down these photos, and it is the design team photo and then this project life card that is called I Heart Us. And now I'm just ready to embellish. I'm pretty much done on doing what I need to do for my background, and now I'm just gonna layer in a few pieces, and then the traveler insert is done. So make sure that you go and check out the Crafty Maven Getaways channel. Everything is linked down below, along with, if you're interested in these colors or this collection before it runs out and you no longer can get it, all the links will be down below as well for you to go and check this out too. So I'm just placing everything down, getting it ready to go. And while you're watching that today, so this, I filmed this, well, I didn't film it, I voiced over it on Tuesday, so technically when you're watching this, this would have been yesterday, so, but it was my first day of teaching, and I've never been nervous in my life, and I was so nervous, but I think it's going to be a blast. I think I'm going to fit well with the teachers, the dynamics. I think it's going to work. There is a lot of a lot of hopping around because I am essentially an ELA helper, teacher, co-teacher, if you want to call it, for four groups of first graders. So I have 4 teachers to work with, along with my other my team lead and one other intervention lady. So I think it's going to work wonderful until the end of the school year. I just wish it would have came to me a lot sooner, because I would have loved to be able to, hit up these gals as best as possible. It would have been so amazing. But I'm grateful that I am able to do what I need to for them and get the kids' education even just that much better. So here I am, I'm just finishing out the little bits. The still shots will be coming up, and then I will talk to you soon. Bye!